Has everyone arrived?
Everyone is already waiting inside.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's join them!
Please, wait a moment. Before attending the meeting, I hope you can promise me one thing.
What do you need?
Promise me that you won't commit to anything too reckless.
What do you think?
Okay.
Everyone's here so early! But why isn't anybody talking?
We already discussed things a bit.
Hey, where have you been? I've missed you too.
Are you ready?
Very well.
Are you sure this is gonna work?
I gotta admit, it's bold. Color me impressed.
It's worth a try.
The point of discussion is to arrive at a solution. Let's cut the small talk and move to the next point.
You're making Paimon nervous.
You're finally done.
I have some other stuff to take care of. Catch you all later. Come on, don't give me that face. I know what you're going to say. I'll be careful.
That's what I wanted to hear. Take care. Well, Traveler, Paimon, judging from your expressions, the meeting must have been quite productive.
You can tell?
I'm not that good at scheming or strategy, but I can sense people's emotions. And based on your reaction, things...
Paimon's a little worried. Hopefully nothing will go wrong.
To be honest, I feel the same. But you're already some of the most capable people I know. So you have my trust.
Candace gave us a compliment!
Your deeds speak for themselves.
Candace, we stayed behind to tell you that, although you won't be coming with us.
I'm very glad to hear that. I've said the same thing to everyone here today as I said to you when you arrived. Your safety is the most important thing. Only when you're safe can the plan be successful. You're welcome. Good luck.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll hate them!
Have you finished saying your goodbyes?
Yeah! Also, Candace told everyone to be careful.
Yes, she did. But I think my point also bears repeating. Our plan is not child's play. We won't be able to achieve anything if we're simply careful. We must... I hope this is clear to you.
Huh? Shouldn't you be saying something more cheerful to boost our morale right now?
Didn't we already do that during the meeting?
You can never have enough words of encouragement.
In that case, Candace can cuddle you to your heart's content while I continue to remind you of the seriousness of... We all have our jobs to do after all. It's...
Speaking of the front lines, you don't look anything like a soldier.
Of course. Compared to the mercenaries, I'm merely a feeble scholar. But the advantage of not being a mercenary is that I get to stay in a safer place and offer my... Just think about that mercenary who lost his mind. Mercenary...
Well, being a scholar is also a high-risk occupation.
I'm not like the rest of them. Even among members of the same species, some will exhibit far more potential than others.
This guy. Paimon still remembers when those mercenaries in Port Ormos called you a lunatic.
All intellectuals are lunatics in the eyes of fools. I'll take that as a compliment. Do you remember the record we saw in the King Deshret ruins? It meant you have a good memory. Forbidden knowledge has the power to drive people insane, but this fact has never been shared with the public. Even I, who has worked, I think. Those mad scholars and mercenaries we encountered may have all fallen, but the academia has always held a different view. They have always believed that symptoms of madness are a side effect of human. Come to think of it, perhaps the academia has also never understood the Withering, Elazar, and the sandstorms. Don't you think what is happening right now across Sumeru is rather similar to the forbidden knowledge pollution that occurred in the desert thousands of years ago?
But Paimon thought that Irminsul's disease is what caused the withering in the sandstorm. At least, that's what Tainar— Wait a second.
Ah, you've connected the dots. The cause of But
if that's the case, what—
Wait. Why do you think Lesser Lord Kusanali would have a solution to this situation?
You mean, it's related to the scene you saw when you passed out in the Avidia forest?
In that case, it's imperative that we rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali. Only to make sure we're still on track, I would like—
Where are we going?
to an Eremite base.
Take it easy. A chest full of valuables, and a trove of potential clues. Blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather.
Oh, you made it.
Huh? What are—
I gave them some...
Ah, it's the scribe. And is that the traveler I see?
How's the work going?
Ah, yes! We have fixed the devices according to your instructions. One of them is already ready for use, while the others are still under repair.
Aren't those devices for can knowledge extract?
Look here.
Huh? More can—
What's that look on your face? Are you scared?
Paimon's a little scared, but very, very furious!
Anyway, we're not going to use this just yet. As I mentioned during the meeting, this knowledge capsule contains a decree I drew up in the past. The academia should also have their own copy. Traveler, I want you to record something. Do you believe we can save Lesser Lord Kusanagi? Good. Conviction is the most important part of all of it. Now, please get ready.
You want us to record our conviction?
Yes,
Paimon is still really worried.
I understand. But trust me, Paimon, this is something because to achieve this impossible task, it sounds like you'll need to fool your own heart first.
Paimon can see the point you're trying to make.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan and successfully rescued Lesser Lord Kusanagi. Everything went without a hitch, and Now, open your eyes. Here,
What's this?
read it out loud. It's done.
Is your head okay?
It's just a recording. There should be no negative.
What was the point of doing?
And that's perfectly fine. In any case,
Huh?
Have you forgotten? Our plan needs to account for those who have long relied on the Akasha. You may find it hard to believe, but for those people, everything the Akasha transmits to them is nothing short of absolute truth. Imagine if you've been using a device like the Akasha since the day you were born. And this device has, after all that time, what do you... A slave to orders. And that's why rules are so important. In addition, those who understand the rules can delineate boundaries and identify gray areas.
But why would
You could say that those kinds of ambiguous zones can be very...
things you're interested in are really out?
Anyway, I'm going to take those two to work on some small projects. You can head to Caravan Rebot and start...
Small projects?
We're going to tinker with the Akasha terminal and make a few...
The weather is lovely and warm. Things are...
I thought we agreed on a plan. How can you go back on your word?
The plan is too radical and carries a high risk for casualties. I've given it a lot of thought. And in the end, I still can't agree to it.
But it's still the best plan we have. As a former Matra, you of all people should be able to see the bigger picture and recognize the innate advantages of our plan.
I did. And that's how I saw the danger behind these so-called advantages. Hatham's plan is even more radical than I imagined.
Huh? Why are you guys arguing?
My friend, you're just in time. Why don't you help me persuade Sino? He's turned against our plan.
We agreed to work out a plan at the meeting. Had I known Hatham would give you those kinds of suggestions, I would not have agreed.
Look, you already know that we're all on the same side here, don't you?
Mercenaries place a lot of importance on their bonds of friendship, but also will not hesitate.
Seems you really do understand the ways of the desert.
Traveler, Paimon. Ramon's plan is to have me work with the Caravan Rebot guards in my capacity as a Matra. We will arrest the mercenaries and escort them into Sumeru City.
Wait, how can we...
We can't get through that wall easily, remember? Caravan Rebot would never let so many unregistered members of the Eremites enter Sumeru City. My plan will clear us of any possible suspicion, and also let us enter this...
That also sounds like something Hatham...
Doesn't Al-Haytham know how dangerous...
Of course he does. He told me, there is no perfect plan, but this can get the job. He also said that with the help of Sino and the Traveler, our chance of success would increase significantly. I never blindly trust anyone, and I've always had a good eye for people.
If I make the arrests alone, I can control myself and prevent you from getting hurt. But I can't guarantee that kind of discipline from the guards. To make the whole thing more convincing, you'll need to resist to some degree. Casualties are inevitable once push comes to shove. I'm okay with the deaths of enemies. But now that we're allies, I'm against the meaningless loss of...
I can't believe a Matra would actually care about us. I've lived a hard life, and I can say that people like you are hard to come by.
I've always treated my allies with honesty and respect. They have the right to know important...
Now you're making this hard for me.
Hey, is there something we can do to help? We can help fight some of the mercenaries.
Sino, on behalf of my people, I thank you for your kindness. But this is a mission we cannot turn our backs. We have no fear of casualties, because we crave the spoils of victory. So please...
Well, now that you've put it, but remember, you need to follow the plan and not do anything reckless. Since you and I both recognize the significance of this operation, there should be no more animosity between the followers of the Dendro Archon and those of King Deshret.
Okay, you...
The guards should be stationed in the courtyard nearby. You can find them there.
I see everything.
I want to see a dragon with my own eyes.
Everyone hold hands.
I want to go shopping in the city. It's gotta be more fun than here.
Guards!
General Mahamatra! To what do we owe the honor?
Keep your voice down. This is a secret operation. I'm going to arrest a large criminal gang near this location. According to the Academia's guide and regulations on...
Of course. Mahamatra Sino's order is the Academia's order. But who exactly are you planning to arrest, and how many people are you expecting?
They're a squad of Eremites whose number is comparable to Ain el Akhmar in Port Ormos. They're involved in the theft and resale of supplies from the Academia.
As many as Ain al Akhmar? This should
And I suggest that you report this to your superiors as soon as possible.
Got it! Please wait a moment, I'll contact them immediately.
Because this is work. Because I trust you.
Paimon can't believe you're still in the mood to chat. This whole thing has Paimon scared stiff. Aren't you even a little worried? What if these guards already know that you have betrayed the Academia and are no longer their General Mahamatra? Even if that guard doesn't know, their superiors might, right?
We discussed this, remember?
The Caravan Rebot operation is of great importance. But don't worry, the guards there shouldn't know that Sino has stepped down.
How can you be so sure?
First, the other Matra still don't know why Sino has left, which proves that the Academia has been covering up the matter.
Second, this is a crucial moment for the Academia's God creation plan. If something were to happen to the General Maham, no matter how you look at it, they don't seem interested in...
A reasonable inference.
Which brings us to our next issue. I'm sure some of you have been wondering if the prediction function of the Akasha will...
The Akasha is still in operation, so I'm actually... Considering the power of the Akasha...
I've given that a lot of thought. If you remember, when you first came to Aru Village, all your actions and routes were predicted by the Akasha. It even gave that... But things like that never happened to...
That's true. But why?
Look at it from a different angle. Why do you think the Akasha will predict...
Because my personal data has been entered into the Akasha.
That's true, but the key to this question is, haven't you ever thought about it? Just how can it do this in the first place?
Because the Akasha controls the entirety of Sumeru.
The Academia firmly believes that all human actions can be explained through logic.
By sorting and analyzing entered data, the Akasha can derive behavioral logic and predict the actions of those who fit in existing logic. However, at the risk of sounding like an advocate for fallacies, can everyone truly be considered logical at all times? Emotions are part of our behavioral logic. But can you guarantee that every experience of the same joy or pain would be equally intense? How can Sino, in the past, you've always worked alone. In the absence of another person who could switch decisive and principled, you were used to solving problems alone. That's why the Akasha could figure you out. But now, you've joined a team. And I believe the Akasha hasn't. Our thoughts and logic have intermingled and weaved themselves together to become a complicated, chaotic mess. And the Akasha lacks data on these interactions, and it's impossible for it to predict your actions in the future based on your decisions. So, in my opinion, you're
Makes sense to me.
I guess there are things that even the Akasha cannot calculate. And people will not be forever trapped by the past. Next time,
Will do.
just remember to...
Footsteps!
General Mahamatra, we were not expecting your presence here. I'm the security officer of the Grand Deshret Desert District. My name is Luxembarbo.
This is my assistant, the Traveler. He will be working with me. The construct next to him is for his work.
Beep! Construct! Beep!
What a great honor to meet you. Your golden hair is as bright as the sun. And,
Have you made a decision regarding the matter I mentioned to your subordinate?
It seems to be a dire situation, so of course you will have our full cooperation. To be perfectly honest,
There's no need for flattery.
Yes, sir.
Take your most elite platoon and follow me to the eastern side of the district.
Understood.
Map.
Hurry, bring the map!
In 2 days, we will engage Rahman's Eremites and capture all of them. Any questions about the time or location?
None at all, sir.
Good. See you then.
Yes, sir.
Maybe hanging around the General Mahamatra isn't so bad after all. Everyone's so respectful towards us.
This is all due to the absolute authority of the Academia. Get ready. We will move out in 2...
Boats are made for transferring...
Time for the operation!
Here comes the catch.
Hey! The Temple of Wisdom! Yeah.
Wait a moment.
Oh, it's you.
You're my assistant, remember? Being my assistant, you must stay with me.
It's General Mahamatra and his assistants.
We meet again.
You're here early.
It's to show how important we think the operation is, since this is a big case for the Academia.
I'm glad to hear your sense of resolve. Remember, they are our only leads for the case. If they...
Understood.
Everyone! The Eremites are...
Make preparations and be ready for combat. Halt!
Oh? What a warm welcome! What do you want? Judging from those shiny weapons in your hands...
Rahman, the Academia has caught wind of your smuggling and illicit sales. If you
Who are you supposed to be? A Matra from the Academia?
I'm not here to talk.
Oh, nobody's given me this much time of day since I became a mercenary. Brothers! For that slight, let's wash our blades.
This is order. Gather!
Quietly now.
Everyone hold hands. Boing, boing, boom! Pew! Make yourselves at home. I see everything.
Gotcha.
Ah. Ah.
Order guide you.
Things are about to get dicey.
Commit it to memory. Hey. Boing, boing, boom! Yeah. Yeah.
It's over.
Ah! We have subdued them. The operation is now over. All Eremite mercenaries and related personnel in the area.
Ah, you pitiful Dendro Archon!
I'm afraid...
King Deshret will curse you!
Silence!
Oh,
Restrain them and take them back to Caravan Rebot. Count their numbers and send...
Yes, sir!
Mahamatra Sino, I will now take my leave. If you need further assistance, please...
Understood. You are dismissed.
There they go.
Let's talk elsewhere.
This part of the plan went
Yes.
That's fantastic! And that punch you gave Rahman there?
Once we're done here, I'll return to Caravan Rebot and over...
Yeah, you're...
Go join up with her.
Speaking of which, is it really okay?
I have a very close relationship with Tainari. Given how well we know each other, I believe my message alone should be enough to bring him to our side. If we need help, Tainari, get ready for the next phase of the plan.
La la la. Dia! We're here!
It's about time. Didn't you say our part of the plan is the most important of all? And here you... In the time it took you to get here, I already did 5 laps around the place.
Sorry. We didn't mean to...
I just wanted to fix your attitude and rub it in a little. After all, you took your sweet time getting here, and we've got important stuff to take care of. I just like seeing that serious look on your face. All joking aside, I'm glad you're here. Our responsibility is to get a status update on the dealing with an institution that controls all of Sumeru is already hard enough. If the doctor were to crash the party, It would be next to impossible for us to achieve our goals.
Yeah, we sure don't want him showing up. Ooh, he really gives Paimon the creeps.
Right? Hearing his name just reminds me of those stuffy old geezers in the academia. I'd rather not have to deal with someone like that. According to the plan, we should first go to Pardis DI and ask for Forest Watcher Tainari. If all Hatham and Sino's sources are solid, then we can be sure that Tainari still has the Academia's trust. So, we'll find Tainari and convince him to get us the latest intel on the Doctor. Then, depending on what we learn, we'll make any necessary adjustments to our plan. The sages have placed spies everywhere on the other side of the wall. I'll follow you as a bodyguard. You should be honored. I don't offer my services to just anyone you know.
But Paimon thought mercenaries would do anything for Mora.
That's certainly true. But when multiple employers are vying for your services, you should always go with the best offer. Let's see. If I were to charge you a bill, I guess I can apply a discount.
How much more do you want? I was not sure we can afford it.
How much do I want? Hey, how about paying me with a smile? What do you say? I haven't seen you smiling much recently. If you ask me, someone like you must look lovely when they smile. Come on, give me a smile so that I can be less worried. Looking good! I hope this pretty smile will become our lucky charm. There are many kinds of smiles, but only a truly joyous one can bring blessings to others. Let's consider this smile a down payment for our future victory. Let's go. It's time to pay a visit to Pardis DI.
He's over there! Let's go say hi! Tainari!
Ah, Traveler, Paimon. And you are?
Hey there.
This is our friend Dia. She's an Aramite mercenary.
A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
It's something really important. Please.
All right, then follow. This place is better. We won't be disturbed by any passerby. Okay, what is this important thing you want to ask me? The Doctor, huh?
He's that strange-looking Fatui Harbinger with the mask. Paimon thinks he has blue hair.
Yes, I know him. Actually, he left Pardis DI just a little while ago.
He left already?
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Can I ask what it was about? Sorry to ask you like this after having just met, but your answer is very important to us. For now, all we can share with you is that your friend Sino is working with us.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the Okay. I will answer your questions and will assist you any way.
Sino's name really does work wonders.
Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the Traveler, and Sino, you don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point. The Harbinger you mentioned came to me because he wanted to take the scholar Hypatia away with him.
And what do you mean by take away?
Yes. He told me his return to Snezhnaya is imminent. So you mean... you're leaving this place soon?
Indeed. Otherwise, we could have perhaps talked a little more. I was just about to set out when I remembered something important. To that end, I made a final trip to Pardis Di. Let me ask, have you been taking care of a scholar by the name of Hypatia?
Your sources are accurate. No doubt because you recruited many informants. But you're right. Hypatia has indeed been receiving treatment from me.
Forgive me for asking, but how's the treatment coming along?
Given the way you're asking, I assume you have something to say.
Since you asked, I'll be frank. I would like to take Hypatia to Snezhnaya.
It's incredibly difficult to transfer a patient. As a scholar yourself, shouldn't you at least be aware of this?
Oh? I can't believe your utter lack of faith in me, to the point of even questioning my general level of knowledge. How unbefitting.
Well, you're the only one who's ever made such a request.
I have my ways of keeping her safe during the journey. In addition, I can also promise that under my care, Hypatia will receive the most advanced and effective treatment. I will personally supervise her treatment and see to her recovery. Would that be agreeable?
Hypatia was born in Sumeru and remains a scholar of the Academia. Her situation has not become dire enough to necessitate her transfer. Transporting her to Snezhnaya is risky, and the potential benefits are unknown. As the person currently responsible, your suggestion is rude and reckless. I'll pass. I don't know much about the doctor, but after talking with him, I realized that, just like many other scholars, he possesses an aura of arrogance that I've come to detest. It's not so much that he's looking down on others, but more that he's so confident in himself and his abilities, to a point of near insanity. I would never refer a patient to someone like him. I prepared myself for a protracted battle of wits, and was really surprised to see him just give up on the topic.
I see. Of course, your opinion makes perfect sense. You're still young, but already quite stubborn. I must say, you are not like what I had expected. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't just let you off the hook like this. But unfortunately, I'm in a hurry today, what with Her Most Noble Majesty the Tsaritsa calling for our return. Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave. It's just as the Academia said, you're a responsible and gifted scholar. Sadly, even with all of that, you're still lacking a bit of shrewdness. And that's also why people like you can never realize that sooner or later, everyone must pay the price for what they've learned.
Paimon can't help but feel...
He asked a question, yet didn't care for my answer. He never came off as malicious, but an utter lack of compassion permeated throughout our conversation. From his tone...
I can barely believe it myself. But if that's true,
I don't think I missed any details.
Sorry, we can't tell you everything. We appreciate that you...
It's okay. I have an obligation to do so. To be perfectly honest, all of this may have started because... Recently, my master wrote several letters to me, asking me to return...
Hasn't he already asked you several times before?
Yes, but there's something off about this most recent batch of letters. The handwriting... My master will occasionally leave a few dots on the back of the letter. 1 dot means that he wrote the letter on a sunny day, and 3 dots stand for... This has been a habit of his for many years, but I didn't find any dots in his recent letters. I believe...
I get it. Since you are always at Gandharvaville, you would like me, someone already working at the Academia.
I'd like to ask you to do that for me. If you can keep yourself safe, please withdraw immediately at the first hint of danger.
I can do that, but I have a feeling it won't be that simple. The Academia has been working on a big project. I'm not quite sure what it is, but your master might be involved with it. If the higher-ups really are hiding something, then it will be difficult to remove myself from the situation once the investigation starts. If the situation becomes critical, I'll leave the Academia. If you don't see me there for an extended period, that's your cue.
All right, we've got a plan. I'll stay at Gandharvaville to support you.
If that scenario comes to pass, you must be extra vigilant. And be wary of any messages or direct requests from the Academia.
I must say, I didn't expect a warning like this from the General Mahamatra.
Being loyal to the Academia doesn't mean blindly doing whatever the sages say. I know what I'm doing. On that note, aren't you also being quite distrustful of your alma mater?
The Academia, yes, but my master is a man of integrity. Even when I was a student, I was worried he'd get in trouble for sticking to his beliefs. I suppose he's lucky to have lasted so long. But in the end, it still caught up to him.
I see. So you noticed something was up with the Academia from the very beginning.
This may well be how Sino became involved in all this. In that case, I must keep my promise and help you however I can. Also, if you run into Sino again, please help me pass on a message to him. Trust your own senses and experiences. I think this may be something he needs to hear right now.
Okay, we'll find a chance to tell him.
Thanks.
Right. Now let's go hunt down... Oh, by the way.
That way.
Gotcha. Thanks so much. We'll be on our way. According to Tainari, the doctor is leaving Sumeru soon. I want to check it. He also said that he'll take care of everything just to be safe. We'll do it the mercenary way. That Harbinger may have tried to cover his trail, but he still left some traces. Or perhaps he never even thought about concealing his whereabouts. Maybe that's just how arrogant he really is. Yep, we're headed in the right direction. The traces are still fresh, but there's no sign of his entourage. Clearly they're in a hurry. It's just as I thought. We can stop here. I think I know where the doctor went. To the south of here is Port Ormos, which seems to be where they're...
Port Ormos?
That's right. Let's go to the port and...
Hey! Everyone hold hands!
Quietly now.
Pew! Jumpy Dumpty go! Phew! Da da da!
Don't. The port is crawling with Fatuis.
Let's keep going and see what we can find.
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to...
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him.
Look! Fatacity is tracking...
Shh! Don't. The port is crawl...
Let's keep going and...
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in our homeland, and back then, the doctor spoke in a very different way from the way he speaks now. Maybe the way people talk in Sumeru has rubbed off on him? It's always like that when you spend too long away from home. When he gets back to Snezhnaya, perhaps it will also take him some time to get used to the life there again.
Huh? But, sir, that can't be right.
No, I remember it like it was yesterday. Both his expressions and tones are now very different. Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumeru. Let's get closer and find a place to hide so we can observe him.
Look! Fatacity is tracking skill...
Shh! Don't. The port is crawl...
Let's keep going
Now this is a proper farewell ceremony for a Snezhnayan Harbinger.
The Lord Harbinger is leaving. I've still only seen him once or twice.
I used to hold a position in her. It's always like that when...
Huh? But, sir...
No, I remembered like... Also, for some reason, he seems like he's all smiles now.
You must be mistaken. Nobody's supposed to look happy when they're on a business trip.
The doctor is on that boat. So he told the truth after all. He is actually leaving Sumer. This place will do. We can hide here.
Uh-oh! He saw us!
Huh? Is he waving at us?
It's time to say goodbye.
Wait, is he... And where are all the soldiers we saw in the port just now?
They were all here just a few minutes ago.
So this was a trap. Wait, don't...
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
Oh no. They might be after Hypatia. Let's get back to Party's
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm afraid that she's seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. If I were the Fatui, I would also try to take...
Oh no! Are you...
Let's go!
Paradis Di is not a place you...
I believe we've already made ourselves quite clear. Our superior gave us permission to search for and collect medicinal herbs in...
But you've been in Sumeru for some time already.
Even the Grand Sage himself may not have the right to question our research. Much less, I've done my duty to inform you. Don't make things difficult.
It would seem that my words have fallen on deaf ears. You can keep trying to deny it, but coming to Paradis Di now? I'm pretty sure...
With all due respect, your baseless speculations will only lead to unnecessary trouble.
Well, you only have your Harbinger to blame. He knows I may be staying at Paradis Di as a scholar, but that doesn't mean I'm no longer a forest. It is still my duty to protect the peace and safety of the scholars who have contributed so much to Sumeru.
Then it seems our
No one will lay a hand on you, Hypatia. Not on my watch.
Tighnari! Are you alright?
I'm fine.
These Fatui have really crossed the line. Time to teach them a lesson.
This is order.
There's no use resisting! Give us Hypatia!
Keep dreaming!
Yeah, Tighnari! Beat him up!
Busted!
I see everything! Jumpy Dumpty Go! Ouch!
Stabilize!
Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Roll! Make yourselves at home!
The doctor's orders are absolute!
Yeah? You've been someone's lapdog for so long that you don't know anything else now!
Crumble!
Hey! This may hurt a little. Yeah!
Gotcha.
Leaving so soon.
Busted.
We're not getting anywhere. Traveler, Paimon, please go to Hypatia. We
Got it! Hypatia's still... Well, how is she? Oh, that's good.
So, you think this is over?
What?
I've missed that look of abject horror. You've given me that look every time we meet.
But, where is he?
I can hear all of your thoughts, you know. Don't you remember? I already saw you the first time you came to party. I didn't need to do anything. It is her honor to be able to connect her consciousness.
Who are you talking to? It can't be the Balladeer, right?
I know you must be curious. I might as well tell you that I decided to enter Hypatia's consciousness the moment I sensed your... I wanted to observe you on a fool's errand.
Hey!
My deification is nearly complete. All that's left now are just some fine... Do you understand? Even if you manage to rescue Lesser Lord Kusanali, it will be impossible for you to defeat a bona fide god like me. Is it wise to force that childlike god in... Scholars consider the god of wisdom to be the sum total of their faith. But this also shows that humanity's worship of gods is a combination of blasphemy and exaltation. Yes. Yeah, I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm talking to you like this. What do you mean? Those words almost make you sound like but you're wrong. I'm different from all of you. I was born to become a god. My entire life up until this point has just been a meaningless routine. Just think about a sheet of paper. By itself, it holds no meaning. The content, all I had recorded down before, were some painful memories and boring human feelings. So, indeed, to me, the sight of you fools in your futile struggles is far more amusing. Tell me, just what has this world... I'm connected to your consciousness. This is a good conversation we're having. So here's a word of advice. Let go of your misguided guardian complex. You know nothing about the truth. It'll be for your own good, as well as everyone else's. Humans are a species that can only find bliss in ignorance. Ah, you've seen my affection for her. If you were in my position, I think you'd feel the same way. She peered into my consciousness and saw my past. Someone like that is qualified to become my first follower. All gods need followers. So Hypatia has been chosen. Her appearance heralds my imminent arrival at the throne of divinity, while her worship shall become my glory. You're doubting me again? No matter. Soon, you'll know what kind of authority you're challenging. Who wants to hurt my devout follower? The doctor wants to hurt my first follower? How very amusing. Has anyone ever told you that you're not good at sowing discord? The doctor has never known his place. Even now, the puny human thinks himself capable of interfering in the business of the new god. You're still too naive if you think a few words will be enough to convince me to destroy the doctor. But I'm willing to give you a gift, just like my expression of affection towards Hypatia. It is an honor for you to be able to stand here and speak with me. As my listener, you will be rewarded. Both good things and bad things can be called gifts. After all, gods have never needed to be reasonable.
Paimon hears thunder! That person Paimon couldn't see was the where is the storm headed? That means anyone outside is in danger! Oh! Have the Fatui retreated? Hey! What happened?
He's hurt.
I'm fine.
Don't move. I've seen Eremites get
Struck by lightning?
We were fighting, and just as things started looking grim, the weather suddenly became extremely strange. Lightning started attacking everyone, almost as if... Luckily, there were only two of us, and both of us were nimble enough to dodge most of the strikes. There were a lot of Fatui.
With that, all the Fatui soldiers were forced to retreat. It's all right. My wound aside...
Hey, didn't I tell you...
Just in case. Thank goodness she's...
Hey, how about...
I understand my condition.
Ugh. The more you understand medicine, the worse of a patient you become.
I know. They always think they can push through the pain.
Oh, he sat down.
Let me rest for a bit.
So that's what you were talking to the balladeer about?
The academias.
That sounds, as long as I can enjoy every day with a drink in my hand, tasty food in my stomach, and a good night's rest, that's enough. I'll only work when I have to. I must be the least ambitious person who's ever set foot in Party's DI.
Don't say that. I haven't even thanked you for...
Don't mention it. Well, if nothing else, all this proves that the doctor really did have some maybe the Fatui want to cover up some secret of the balladeer. Is that why they tried to seize Hypatia?
You said the balladeer claimed that Hypatia has seen his past. So...
Have you noticed? The balladeer is not happy with the doctor's actions. He thinks the doctor has no right to consider himself as his equal.
So, if the doctor was to show up again, would the balladeer zap him with...
Based on what the traveler has said, I think he would. Having the doctor gone benefits him as... In other words, we've successfully completed this stage of the plan.
Yay! That's...
Thank you for the help, Tainari.
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps things up for us here. Let's continue to keep a low profile.
This blinding sunlight is such a pain. No way I can get a nap in this weather.